This video is audio only friendly, so if you're feeling like garbage like I do sitting around watching YouTube all day, just put this on your phone, get up and take a walk, and let's dive in. Hello everyone, I'm back on Constantiam today, just in the middle of who knows where. Stumbled upon this little newfriend base. Quite unremarkable by most regard. The design of this building is a bit interesting. Kind of looks like it wasn't finished, but quite different than what I normally see. Very interesting, but also disparate use of materials. But kind of as I was going through this place, just like searching all the chests and stuff, well, perhaps it's already been picked apart, but I guess for me it was just kind of like, oh, this is definitely a new friend base. And I kind of started thinking about like how when I joined the server, people didn't really call me a new friend, or maybe they did and I just forgot or didn't care. It didn't really register to me. And it seems to me that most people only care if they get called a new friend, as if it actually matters to them. Because even if you have been playing for a long time and you kind of have that old friend clout, you know, you either don't care if someone calls you a new friend because you know you're not, or you do care because, well, I guess most people seem to be offended when they're called a new friend. And it's kind of funny because the whole system of like being old versus new, or even mid-friend, as some people might, you know, like, so this server started in 2016, so like if you joined it in 2018, maybe you're a mid-friend or something, I don't know. But I guess kind of my observation with this whole thing is that I've seen it before, back when I played an old school MMO called Dark Age of Camelot. And in that game, there wasn't really that that sort of thing going on, but on the forums that kind of all the Dark Age of Camelot players defaulted to using, they did have sort of that old friend, new friend dynamic, but it was separate from age. It was actually based on how many posts you had on that forum. And if you have more than 10,000 posts, then, you know, your opinion is legitimate or whatever, according to this little thing. It's just like completely arbitrary number. And if you've ever been to a forum and post on it regularly, you will know that 10,000 posts is kind of a lot. It's kind of the type of amount of posts that someone has if they are either just outright spamming, or if they're kind of not really doing much with their life outside of being on a forum. But whether it be joining when the server first started or having 10,000 posts, the whole idea is that to the larger population of the community, being in that category is mostly unattainable for people. And you know, and it's mostly just, you know, first of all, if you've ever been offended by being called a new friend, you know, that's normal, that's natural. If your first instinct is to say, you know, or is to, you know, be singled out, that's its whole purpose. It's to make you feel other. And so people who don't get affected by it, like whether they're a new friend or not, if they just don't really play into basically getting trolled by that dynamic, yeah, I assume they probably just don't get targeted to be called that as much. And But yeah, the whole dynamic in the first place is pretty much just manufactured or created with the idea that, well, it's basically just a trolling mechanism. Does anybody really care if you joined when the server first started? Does anyone really care if you have more than 10,000 posts? Really, no. They're only bringing it up because they're trying to troll you. And when I joined Constantiam, I said to a couple of people, like, being a new friend is a mindset, and that's kind of true. And the mindset is mostly that, it doesn't matter if people call you that. The only way it matters is if you respond to it in some way. Much like if you respond to a troll. They lay the bite, and you bite it. And if you bite it, then they know that they can fuck with you. And so, yeah, it's this whole pecking order thing. It's pretty much just a bunch of LARP. And so when I see a base like this, it was made by a new friend. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's a good way of categorizing, in my mind, not to single people out, but to say to myself, well, this is probably someone who started a base, and they didn't know about the trading server or whatever else, and they were just kind of starting fresh on their own, without, finding kits or finding a dupe stash or trading for kits or anything like that. They just kind of were doing their own thing, and that's fine. When I find a base, I always get excited because I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll find some collectibles. And when I didn't see that, it was just kind of like, just feeling a bit like, what a, I got all excited by finding a base, and then there's nothing here. It's damn new friends. But it doesn't matter. And I think if you ever play one of these servers, you'll quickly find that as soon as you ignore people calling you a new friend, the sooner people will stop trolling you and calling you it. So I don't know. I guess this is just a short one. My take on new friend versus old friend versus mid friend. It's all just arbitrary categorization to make it easier for people to troll you. And let's be honest, it's a pretty low effort troll. So you know what? Please, for your own sake, just ignore it. It's a low effort troll, and you shouldn't make it that easy for them. And actually, my next video is going to be about that. About getting trolled and how I handle that as both a seasoned gamer, but also as a seasoned Minecraft Anarchy player, and also as just someone who appreciates trolling and sort of the skill and nuance it takes to do it properly. So, stay tuned. Hey, thanks for watching. As usual, thank you to Chillhop, and this time Aso. I'm probably saying that wrong. Also, thank you to WP. He's a regular viewer that I'm going to be meeting soon, and we met up at this spot that he told me about, which was in the video. I think at the beginning of the video I said that I stumbled upon it, which is true, but I stumbled upon it kind of not through finding it myself, but through my interaction with this person. So all credit to finding this place goes to him, of course. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If you ever watch Louis C.K.'s old comedy, one of the things he always says is like that he feels like anything that he says when it comes to like asking out a girl, it's just gonna sound like dog crap. And I think when it comes to me saying like, comment, subscribe, it's like every YouTuber says that. Do I even need to say it at this point? It just feels like dog crap every time I say it. So if you have any ideas as to how I can make that more interesting, yeah, please let me know. Anyway, yeah.